tonight as this develops. Parnell nicely inside the 11-stone. Takaloo bang on. Great preparation from both of them, no doubt about that. Parnell and Takaloo both making their debuts in 97. Better knockout percentage just for Takaloo, but not much in it. And let's have a look at the odds for this fight. The bookmakers make Parnell 5-2 on with Takaloo 7-4 against the draw 25-1. And I know a guy who had a private bet at Takaloo at 3-1. Nate got his hands up and he's connecting with a right uppercut. What a shot from Takaloo, who screams out loud. I'm not sure Parnell's going to get through this. He looks all over the place. He's completely dazed. Anthony Parnell, we could be looking here at an early sensation. Parnell looks out of it. Takaloo can finish it here. Big shot, and the fight is going to be stopped in round one. Incredible. Takaloo has the victory. Nobody thought that could happen inside a round. Parnell is beaten for the first time, and the Kent-based Iranian has scored the most astonishing victory.
TKO round one, it's on the record.
I'm the man. So everyone out there, you better watch out. I'm going to get you all.
Number one.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Just stay away from Margate watching me. I'm coming over to go and be your belt.
Oh.
Let's try again. Let's try again. Right. Let's try again. Let's try again. Go ahead. How did you not laugh when you do this?
I just try to like look right through you. That's the most.
Oh my god, this is cracking me up.
Yeah, because I just try to go like right through.
I just want to laugh, man.
Yeah, I want to laugh as well. I was just thinking like,
okay,
you know, but yeah, he was staring someone
I
else.
want to try and do it seriously.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay. And how long do you wait like this?
I just go to someone Rex's up.
And sometimes I get like proper like.
They go, you get it. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Right. You're so active, you can't even stay inactive for like 10 minutes.
No, I'm always moving around. Like today, look, I've already burned 447 calories.
Hi guys, so today we're joined by Takaloo. He's a former light middleweight champion of the world. We're going to ask some questions about his journey getting into boxing and some of the challenges he's faced to hopefully learn some more about him. So, you ready to go?
100%.
All right, let's do it. So if you want to talk us through your background, so how did you get into boxing? Where did you grow up? Family life, that sort of thing?
I was always, I grew up in Iran, of all the places. We lived in Tehran, and obviously things happen. I don't know sort of the background, but we come over here because of the war started with Iran and Iraq, and my dad sort of decided to come to England for a better life, and I said, it was a bit like the Coming to America film, you know, let's go to America. The next thing you know, we're in the UK, and I couldn't speak a word of English. It was quite tough.
So you got no friends around
no
you?
No friends, and I said, and you know, from a different culture, I was like, you know.
Yeah, because that's a massive difference in
massive,
culture.
I said, like, and you know what? Being Persian, we hairy people, man. It was like, I had like a tash growing at age like 11. It's like, what is going on? So like, that was normal in Iran, but here it's like, keep that moustache on your face, boy. It's like, what is that? So it's like that. So we ended up of all the places in Thanet, in Margate. Wow. So yeah, it's a bit of a crazy story.
How did they choose Thanet? Like, did you say, oh, that would do?
I don't know. I do ask my dad. Yeah. A few times I've asked him, you know, what are the places we could have gone to? London, New York, Barcelona. But Dad, why Margate? It's like, you know, or even London. When did we go to London? Manchester, you know, in the city. But we come from Tehran is busy. It was like, you know,
it's a city, capital, isn't it?
I think there's like 12. I don't know at that time. I know it's like 12 million, or 60 million. I don't know how many millions, but it was busy. You know, I had my first fight. I think I was about 10.
Wow.
I was about 10 years old.
Was that here
in England? Yeah. So in Iran, it's always wrestling. It was like, yeah, he wants to be a wrestler. My granddad, I mean, God bless him, it's not about now, but he used to always think, even when I become a champion, are you still wrestling? I go, yes, granddad, I'm still wrestling. Because wrestling is a big sport in Iran. Of course it is. So it's a major, you know, you have to be a wrestler. Hercules, big man. But yeah, so
boxing's not a big deal.
No, it is now. I mean, they got some tremendous fighters coming through. There's another guy actually, the guy who I beat, and in Farnell is training, and he's another Persian guy. He's had 19 fights, and I think he's lost one.
Wow.
this is I only found this out the other day, but I think I'm probably one of the most successful boxers to ever
come out of
Iran, because I said I was a champion.
I mean,
it's easy winning titles, it's easy winning.
Yeah.
It's hard keeping them because everyone wants it. When you become a champion, it's like, we're gonna get you. So you better be ready. And I said, to get up every day and go for that run, make sure that you're so determined and make sure your weight's right. I mean, I still do it now, and then I'm probably in a better shape I am now than I was when I was boxing, because I was eating Big Macs and stuff when I was a kid. I was a kid. I was having like.
So you started when you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
But how did that start happen? What made you go into boxing, or did someone push you into it?
No,
or suggest it?
no one pushed me into it. Like I said, we come here to the UK, and it was tough because at that time there wasn't many refugees. It was just like, it was more, if you was a little bit suntanned or a little bit tanned, it would be like
different.
It's like, go in your own country. It's a bit like, I mean, it was normal. There was quite racism was quite, you could say racial names. You could say, oh, you Paki and this and that, and it was normal. People wouldn't say, now you say you're going to get arrested. So they're more like strong on it. I was a young kid, but I just showed that I was a man, because the way they bring you up in Iran, so come on, you're a soldier, you're a man. You know what I mean? Like, but when you're a kid, you want to have fun. You want to go outside, play football with your friends and all that. So I was always, it was a quite tough upbringing, only in the sense that, I didn't have a short time, and I was at school. Next thing, the war started booming. I had to try to get out, and you have to go through that pain. And then I wanted to sort of fix that. I wanted to use that negative for a positive intent. I wanted to, like I said, I thought if I could take control of where my destiny, I want this train. I want to make sure that this train is guided the right way. Otherwise, it's going to be like a bridge with a broken wheel, and then you're going to go over it. So
you sort of channeled that stress, that negativity, into something positive.
Yeah, and I thought, well, what can I do? I'm in the UK and I'm getting picked on at school now. I couldn't speak a word of English. It was like, oi, it's like, pick me is one of them ones. What me? Football? No, we're not going to pick him, but me. Right? And it was funny. No one wanted to pick me when I was playing football and all that. I thought, but
just because you're different.
It's like and then like I said. And I thought, well, football ain't my game. I'm going to make sure that I pick an individual sport so I could prove who I am. And then a few things happened. I ended up like, things didn't work out right. We were struggling with money, and like I said, my dad had a business in Iran that we was getting money sent over, but then sanctions happened, and like that was worth it. So the money was getting sent over to be able to feed and look after ourselves. It was thinking, and then we was all basically in one room with all of us living together, and still I haven't started boxing. I just, you go to school, my boy, you become a good boy, and so it's like them ones, become educated and stuff and be a doctor. Everyone wants you to be a doctor.
It's always doctor, isn't it?
Yeah, I said, help people, fix people. That's a pretty good idea.
I mean, it's a great profession, but it's not for everyone.
No. So for me, and I was thinking, I might have to keep these doctors employed. I have to make sure that when I do what I've got to do,
you smash it up.
Don't go and see a doctor. So, but no. So my parents wasn't sort of really happy that I was doing boxing, and they put me to do karate first, and I went, let me do karate, so I could, because I was getting picked on at school with bullies and being called racial names and stuff like that. So my childhood wasn't that good.
It was quite a challenging time you went through.
It was
life growing up.
So that was tough, but it was only a short period of time, and then I remember when we was in a property in Cliftonville, and it was like a bedsit, and then like a hotel where people used to come down, like a holidays. People used to go be a holiday, so it was like, okay, and then they have like the breakfast in the morning in the hotel. They'll come in, and I walked down. I thought, I see these trophies. The guys, parents, the boy must have been a boxer, and he had a few trophies around the dining room where they was having. And I thought, it looks pretty cool. And then that just thought, I wanted one of them trophies, because. And then I couldn't speak much English, and I kept trying to say, and they were trying to explain that he won this on this thing, and he's a boxer, and I was thinking, oh wow, I said, teach me boxing. I want to learn boxing. So I kept like, shadow boxing and pretending I didn't know what I was doing, because all I wanted to do is to beat up the guys that pick up me at school. So I thought, nah, this is, I want to be a boxer. So things didn't, so I was at school, and then I started to learn the lingo, started picking up. So that was challenging. So I had to learn to speak, you know. And every negative thing I used to turn into positive and laugh at. Even at a young age, I was thinking, but I would say if it wasn't for the background, I wouldn't be where I am sort of now, because that motivated me to become.
Because you wanted a better life.
Not just that. Then I said I wanted to be able to look after my family. I wanted to do something, to be someone. I wanted to be remembered. And like I said, even doing this interview with you today, it makes me feel like I did achieve what I had as a kid, that dream, because people still talk about the night when I boxed in Manchester with Ricky Hatton on my undercard, Amir Khan there, and it's like, wow, I'm boxing in Manchester, the Men Arena, in front of 22,000 people, and I'm topping the bill, and I'm from Margate. I come over here as a refugee. So when I look at it and I look at the breakdown, I'm thinking, holy crap, I mean, man, this don't happen.
It's a massive achievement.
Yeah, and because really I realised, I said, to do this interview, actually, you know, you have to go on Wikipedia to find saying that, but it's good that people, I mean, I've done an interview with the Daily Star and the News of the World just yesterday, and they said to me that, you know, it's the anniversary. I'm like, anniversary of what? He said the night you come to Manchester into the Lions Den and you took the title away of the undefeated champion. And I went, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good when you break it down like that. I thought, and I did that, and I thought,
I mean, that's the thing with you, like, you're so humble about it, and you don't actually realise how much of an accomplishment it is. That you've achieved what you've achieved.
Yeah, because people said to me, I've had people say to me, you're too humble, you want to be a bit. And I said, that's not humble, that's just having confidence. And people get that two things mixed up. I think you're arrogant. So, well, it's not. It's just I had the belief, and to get that belief, you have to start building references. What makes me be, you know, when I went in front of 22,000 Mancunian fans that wanted to kill me. It was unboxing the guy from Manchester, the main guy, and I'm from Margate.
You're in their territory.
And you're going to the Lions then, but I thought, well, you haven't come from a country that was war-stricken.
So that's nothing.
That was like, man, I've had to try to slip their minds in that. And
you've got bombs dropping down on you.
Yeah, the sirens used to go and all that. We used to see, like, you know, it was, you know, like I used to walk to school and they'd be like, wow, look what's happened here. Like, and then a few things went wrong. I ended up in a little children's home for a little while. The parents they were just struggling and stuff like that. So, and again, so I was getting bullied at school, and now I'm at home, I'm getting bullied at home. I remember they had a pool table, and I said, can I play? I could speak, my English was getting a little bit better. I said, the social services put us because they couldn't house us, but we, you know, it was tough. So I said, can I play? And they went, no, we don't play with packies.
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought, what is this packy all say? I don't understand. I didn't know what it meant.
Everyone's calling me a packy. What does it mean?
I don't even know. I'm thinking, man, I'm from Iran. I just don't know nothing. I'm just a human being. So it was one evening that we just had dinner. I mean, so I clearly could remember where I was just going to start secondary school. So I was 11 years old, and they had a TV in the corner of the room, and it was about 7, 8 o'clock. And sure enough, they wouldn't let me play. So I went in the TV room, I was watching it. And the fight that come on was the Rocky film. So I'm watching, I went, oh my God. And I remember the day when I was in that house and I see the trophies, I went, this is like a sign, I want to be a boxer. Wow. So I was watching Rocky film, and he's like, he's training, and he's dun-dun-dun, and that just got me motivated. I was like, mate, I am Rocky. So, because you have this imagination. So I thought,
so it was at that point
I just
crystal clear.
Yeah, crystal clear. Yeah. And that's it. I put my headphones on, I go around the park, and I go running. And my I'm going running, Mum. I was like, are you sure? You can't listen. Oh, I'm just going to go running. So everyone. Then obviously I started school, and I was having sort of every hour I was having like one-to-one tutoring, learning the lingo, and I started becoming, you know, so my mum didn't want me to box. My uncle said, look, and I said, when the bullies were saying, so come on, I thought I was a boxer, and I'd react, and they'd go, like, climb around the head and run off, and he was always the school ringing up. look, he's been fighting, but I didn't do nothing. It wasn't my fault. It was just that I just reacted because I think I'm not having people that trample all over me, because I was brought up the way, eye for an eye. So my dad decided, my uncle said, let's just take him to boxing. That might just, burn some of his aggression. He's like, I wasn't aggressive, I just like a funny kid. So I walked into the gym and I thought, man, I love this. This is I'm on the bag. Why am I? And I'm punching the bags and then they take me on the pads and I was doing it. And then there was a couple of kids and I went, can I spar? I just wanted to spar. They went, no, you're not ready to spar yet. I went, please let me spar. When can I spar? I was all, instead of behave yourself, you need to learn your trade first, then you can step in the ring. But I'm good. And I thought I was going to be Rocky. So sure enough, one day they went to me, let's put him in the ring and see if he's actually any good. After a few months, they put him in the ring and I sparred with this kid. I don't know the kid's name now, but I beat him up. And I actually thought, because he was good, but I said my aggression, I just went in close, I was throwing punches, getting hit, I didn't care. I had no fear because of what I had, the background where I come from, I had no fear. So I went in there throwing his punches and, I was getting smashed by the way, getting hit, but I didn't stop, I just kept throwing punches. And then, and therefore the next day, my trainer, my coach told me this when I was older. He said to me, we didn't think you'll come back after that day because, you wasn't ready and you got in there. And next time I was back, can I spar again? Because I wanted to get this kid back. That's the attitude I had. But I said, look, let's just, because when they saw me come back, they started concentrating on me one-to-one.
Take some small steps, bit
by bit. Exactly. Yeah. So I just realised, and I
don't run before you can walk.
Yeah. So I realised, well, I'm not ready to spar yet, and then I'm going to learn my tricks. So,
but it was clear to you, even though you were so young, it was clear to you that that's the goal you wanted.
Yeah, I knew what I
wanted.
Boxer. But I said to my rule number one, that's what I said, teach all my kids, and if I could pass any information on to anyone else, know what you want. It makes life so much easier.
Just focus on that.
Mate, if you know what you want, it's so much easier. You want to be, I don't know, an accountant, well, it would be pretty easy because you know when to be an accountant. You don't have to go to school. You better be good at maths, and then you better know your taxes. You could, help people to, save money and stuff like that. And you're gonna have to go to university, get education, and then that's. But if you want to go, you leave school. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. I'm bored, and then you're gonna be a bit confused. You're gonna, be like a pinball hitting the side of the pinball machine. So, rule number one: know what you want, and you could. If I could pass anything on, because people say to me, oh you've got it easy, you've had it, like you're the champ and you've got money, and I went, but it's not about money, it's not.
The thing is, like, from what you told me, it seems like from your, even at age 10 years old, you had so much going against you, you had so many barriers you had to overcome. The fact that, you got a cultural shift, so you moved from Iran to a new country, you couldn't speak the language,
100%.
You're completely out of your comfort zone, you've got no friends around you, you've got poverty background as well. Lots of things that going against you. Yeah,
and like I said, but what I did have that made me is dreams. I had massive dreams. So I dream about walking out to the arena. And I've actually got like, and people might think like I'm taking bull crap here, but it's not. It's true. I drew a picture of me walking out into the arena, thinking I was a champ, and I actually still got it.
Yeah.
And then I've walked out in Wembley Stadium in front of 22,000 people. Kind of was about the Nazim Hamid bill, and like I said, everything happens for a reason. Like I was what's called a floater, so basically you have to fill the gap. I was just up so my first fight as a professional, even though I won amateur bag on a box for England. We'll go back to that in a bit, but when I was my first pro fight. So I've got to box on the Nazim Hamid bill. I think this Mexican dude was fighting. I can't remember the name of the fight, but it was Nazim. When Nazim was fighting, the whole country used to stop and watch because it's arrogant. It's like, and I knew Naz since we was kids. In the England squads together, I know Naz really well, and I'm now on the bill with Nazim. So I've walked out and they went like tack. Luckily enough, everything happens for a reason. The fight before went short, so I had to fill that gap. The best time to fill the gap up. So and they come in like, tack, you're on. You're gonna get on the TV. You're gonna be live. And my first fight's gonna be live on TV. I thought, wow, this is great. Going out to HBO America.
Didn't scare you?
No, I didn't care. I just walked out to the arena and I just thought, oh my God, this is London Arena.
That's amazing.
22,000 people sold out. I was boxing at Winter Gardens. It's a year ago. I was boxing small amateur shows. I'm at Wembley now. I'm a professional boxer. This is the dream come true. And I was thinking.
So that's when it hit you.
Well, I used to watch Rocky, and I'm thinking that would never happen.
Yeah.
But it's weird. In a short distance, I'm actually in the ring in Wembley in front of 22,000 people. You couldn't write.
You must have believed that something would happen if you still carried on.
Yeah, I knew. I just would keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's got to be something's going to happen. And then, so sure enough, I'm boxing there, and as I'm walking out, my music starts bouncing around, thinking, oh my God, I'm like, I'm crapping myself as well. It's like, I'm like, not 18, just turned 19. I was 18 years old. Like, I was a kid.
So that's your first major fight?
Yeah, I was 18 years old, just turning 19. It was July the 13th, 1996, I think, right? So I'm walking out in Wembley, and like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't let, media getting, trying to influence.
Did you realise how much of a big deal this was?
Well, no, I didn't know, because I thought Wembley, this is like, but you've
heard of Wembley at
that point. So I've walked out, and there's like Bob Arum there. I didn't know who Bob Arum was, but until after the fight. So I've come out and I boxed this guy who was having his first fight. But he was a bit of two undefeated fighters that had good amateur background. Harry Butler, his name was. So I'm boxing away. I was like a beast. I had confidence, arrogance, self-belief. This is the stuff you need. I don't care if anyone says to me, oh, I want to be a champion, but I might win Southern Counties. I wanted to be a world champion as a kid. Like I said in the beginning of this interview, I said I wanted to be the best. So I walked out there, and sure enough, bam, whoom, overhand right, bam, dropped the guy. And I thought, imagine what that does for your confidence. You're 18 years old, you've just knocked a man out. He had stubble, even had the beard, so he's got a beard. And then I knocked him down, and then I thought, man, I started doing a little dance. I don't know what I danced, but it was just like, it was natural. And I remember the commentators now, and after the fight, when I watched the video back, they went, he looks to have some promise, but there's no need for that ridiculous war dance, they called it.
War dance.
Yeah, but Frank Warren rings me up the next day, brilliant, Zach, keep doing it. And I went, really?
Yeah, people love that.
Yeah, it's your character.
It brings personality to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I just naturally done it. It was nothing, like everything was happening. It was a jigsaw puzzle that was fitting in together perfectly. And it was nothing planned, it was just meant to be. So, yeah, he got up after the punch, he got up, and then I'm doing my dance, but it was so cool. So the referee goes, box, and I'm boxing, I walked over, like I danced over to him, boom, bam, hit him again and dropped him.
Physically danced over to him and then hit him.
And I don't know what I was doing, everyone went, mate, this guy is, and then Bob Arum, and now all the TV for the American network, found out, who's this kid? So everyone was saying to me, there was no need for the dance, he would look like, because, he's like a,
it makes you stand out though, doesn't it?
This is it. This
People
is
start talking.
I'm going to win this. So the next day, I get a call from Frank Warren, my manager and promoter. He goes, have you seen the papers? I went, no. He said, go and get the papers. Every paper had a big, massive spread. A look at this. Takaloo? And it was all like, and I thought, wow. One fight.
So headlines were playing on your name already.
Yeah, and then there was Nassim Hamid, who was the top of the bill, had a little rhyme, had the massive.
No way.
And I thought, man,
How did you feel at that point?
Well, I was thinking, goosebumps now, look.
Even reminiscing right now.
Yeah, it was just like, because I was thinking, when you look back, because I used to visualise and dream about every day that I'm going to be a champion. I'll be daydreaming in my classroom, like try to, a teacher's talking to me like, Taki, what's the, I don't know, they was asking me, are you listening? Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, no, I wasn't listening. I was always thinking about, Muhammad Ali, boxing, champion. You ask me anything about boxing history, I'll answer everything. I'll tell you how many fights like in Marciano I had. It was just that I was obsessed. I had an obsessive about, I'll come home and I'll finish everything. I said, everything I did at school, it was a project I'm doing unboxing. I was obsessed, and I think I had all the recipes. So if I could pass anyone on this interview, if people ever see this and then they want to take something from it, another rule: have an obsessive behaviour to what you're going to
make it your life, make it everything.
Make it. Like I said, I was, I was just so focused when all my friends were going out and kids, they'd be down the park, let's play out. I was like, man, I want to train. I got training to do, and it was like, they just thought I was crazy. They just think that he's a weirdo, man. He's not, I wasn't interested in girls. I wasn't interested in school.
You were so committed to
this.
No,
that was it. I just thought, I'm on a box. Everyone's going to me, are you crazy? This is you're going to go and fight. This is the gladiator's game, and you enjoy it. And I went, I love it. It's so weird.
If you could go back to any point in your life and change the outcome of a situation, what would that point be?
I would probably get a team around me that that sort of they got me as the best of interest. Having a guy that could do my publicity, my media, having everyone, so I got more control. Like I said, I was so eager to be a champion, and having Frank Warren approach me, wanting to sign me. I never went to Frank Warren. Frank Warren approached me. They come to me. They want to sign me. I got poached. I was in the gym and I was knocking people out in the gym. Everyone said, "Have you seen this kid? This Iranian kid has come to the gym in Peacocks, and he's knocking out all the champions." I was sparring with British champions and knocking them out as a 18-year-old. And then Jimmy Tibbs took me to Frank Warren. I'm sitting in the office. I'm like, "This is Frank Warren." That's
amazing.
And then I'm walking past. There's Nazim Hamid's statue there, and looking at the people that have been in this office, history. They've had like Tyson, and there's been some history like here. So I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm sitting at a table. I've been invited, and he said, "Look, we could do this for you. You're going to turn pro." They offered me. And listen, I come from a poor background, and suddenly I've got this big check in front of me. I'm thinking,
you're not going to say no, are you? Yeah.
Wow, what you're going to pay me for doing something I actually love doing? You're going to be. I was thinking I was mad. I thought these guys are crazy. They're paying me for doing something I would do for nothing, which I've done for like 20 years as an amateur.
So you'd probably go back and try and have more control over it.
So Frank Warren was my manager and promoter, which is a bit of a conflict because the manager was to get the best price for you, for your entertainment. So, and then he negotiate with you. But so I did that. He said, "Go and have a think about it. Do the contract." I was thinking, man, I'm rich. I'm Frank Warren's manager. It's like, my manager and promoter. And then they invited me suddenly. I'm going to like events. I'm an Arsenal supporter, Arsenal fan. I'm going to the football matches, in at the VIP, and after the match, I'm sitting with Thierry Henry and all that. I'm thinking, rah! Wow. How mad is that? I'm sitting with Thierry Henry. It's like, I was like, man, there's Arsene Wenger there. So I was like, flipping heck, this is crazy. And like, I'm signing. Give me that contract, baby. I'm signing it. So but it wasn't a bad contract. It was a wicked contract, by the way, for what Pies are getting paid now. I was getting paid some good money, man. It was serious, and like I said, it was going. I was fighting regular. I was fighting 3 or 4 times a year, and Frank Warren.
And these are big fights.
It was up and coming. So I was for a guy who was having 4 rounders. I was a prospect. Like, is that question? If I could go back, I would get. So the knowledge I picked up, because I've had to learn while I'm on the job. It's not like I said, another rule I could teach people I said, rule number 1 is know what you want. And I would say this was a pretty important rule to follow, is watch people that have been successful and follow their footsteps. Right, like I said,
and learn from the mistakes, perhaps.
100%, because look at Nassim. He had his dad doing this, his uncle doing that. Everyone had something that was taking. They were family that cared about him. They would make sure that Frank Warren was just his manager. Oh, he's just his promoter. So the manager would talk to him and say, "Well, we don't want this fight. We think it's a better fight." But Frank would, "But I could get more money fighting this guy. We don't care about the more money. We want him to have this fight, because we know where he's going." So that was the thing. So with me, it was like, "Tack, I got you, Amy McGee in Belfast, yeah. Or I got Farnell in Manchester, yeah. I got this guy in his hometown." I was just going in the backyard and fighting him. So I was like, I done an interview with the Boxing News, and they even mentioned, which is a good compliment, is that of all the light middleweights at the time, you was the best because you fought everyone that they put in front of you. You was known as the Warrior. And I said, I had the Margate Rocker nickname, but that's the Warrior's taken over. So which has been pretty cool, being called a Warrior, which is listen, great interview, and this guy's the man, watch out for him, and I salute, boom.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more content. Take care.
Man, listen, wicked interview.
Yeah.
Boom.